people treat you that way. I think there's a level of entitlement when you raise kids, and like the way we're raising kids to a degree now to feel like, you know, like Amar, like, I mean, my bad, Darnell, was like, you feel so entitled when someone says something you don't like, you get upset. You know what I mean? Like everybody has to like you, or everyone has to agree with you.
You saying I get upset?
Hey, a little bit.
I know, you sit here and yell all day.
Yeah, but I'm just an argumentative nigga, man. Like you,
So you are the upset.
No,
Speaking about
no, but I grew up with a lack of that. You know what I mean? You, like, it was too much love, so you just thought that was the world.
Too much love is fun.
It was too much love.
Shit, bad funny.
It's too much love. It's too much self-esteem.
So do you think you can fuck the kid up by giving too much love, right?
Yes.
I agree, my nigga. I agree. I told wife
kind?
that, man.
What kind though?
Because the thing that's fucked
What
up.
kind?
I think we're using the wrong word.
Love.
Yeah, I'm
without-
not confused.
love
I think we're
without
using the wrong word.
Accountability
Listen to what I'm saying. Man.
breeds.
No, we know
that
what we're
shit.
talking about. We don't have to play
breeds that.
semantics.
Explain.
We know what we're talking about.
All right,
so
so-
my bad.
Go ahead, you
So
explain.
here's my thing, right? You
What do you say? You say about 30 to 45 seconds for Pop, like, I don't agree with you no more?
I got
To Reg story.
over under
Reg
30.
explains.
Over under 30
You say
seconds.
he's going to explain. He's going to start explaining. Then he's
30.
like, I was with you until.
I got under 30.
At what point?
Under 30.
All right,
Under
under
30,
30
go ahead.
Got you.
so
Under 30 seconds.
And go.
Go.
fuck y'all niggas.
Over under 30
So,
seconds. I got
Over
under.
under math. What's
I'll
the
take
spread
that back.
though?
What's
Pause.
the what are we
What's
doing?
the spread though?
What
My
are we
nigga,
betting?
pause. Niggas gotta put some paper on that.
Nah, because
What are we betting?
I'm really
I put paper
doing
up.
this. All right.
What are we betting?
Go ahead,
we
go ahead.
betting?
I want
That's no fair
So-
because he can control it.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I know. It had to be a silent bet.
Yeah.
Text.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to try to spin it.
She gonna try.
Don't cater, niggas.
No, I'm
Say
not
what you
catering
feel.
niggas. I was gonna say what I was gonna
Say what
say.
you feel.
Don't
I
ever
can't
cater
help
to
myself.
Pause.
So the problem is in the process of growing up, right? We want to give our kids everything. In the process of giving our kids everything, we take away something though, the shit that made us us.
Like,
A little bit of the struggle.
Correct.
and how do you introduce that when your
Let the nigga
sole
keep wildin'.
purpose?
Hold on,
I'm
let the nigga
saying
keep
when your
wildin'.
sole purpose is to create the environment you're talking about.
We have to get comfortable because, like, to a degree, our parents didn't have all the control over us because depending on what your situation was, your parents were outside or they had to work or there was a unreasonable,
Doing crack.
to our standards now, degree of freedom. Dog, I was 16 stealing my father's car. Like, I had too much freedom, but they had to work. They had to go do whatever they had to do.
Yeah.
Right? My kids don't have that degree of freedom, right? They're sheltered to a degree, so I took something away from them. So kids grow up with a unreasonable expectation of the outside world because of lack of exposure to it.
My nigga spit. I agree 100%.
That part,
He didn't say that had
yes.
nothing to do with love.
But then how?
Yeah, I was
that,
confused.
And that's
Yeah.
what I was
That's true
gonna
though,
say.
too.
No, it
I
does.
was confused.
That's what I'm saying about love. The
understandable.
love is you trying to keep them safe and keep them in this bubble.
That's true, son. That's what I meant. Yeah,
But-
nigga, he almost said exactly what I was saying.
But that depends on what you deem as love. You take Kingston. We got our own handshake. He gets tons of love, but he also gets the accountability.
I wouldn't call handshake
he
love,
also
though.
gets the he also
That's
gets
a
the
bit
love.
of a reach.
He
That's a
also-
little bit of a reach.
No,
nigga is
what I'm
dumb,
saying
son.
is the way that we treat my son
I
is,
shook his
is
hand.
visibly.
I deaf that nigga.
Just saying.
But Dad, I'm hungry.
No, I too can identify with the feeling of being hungry. The fuck about it.
I hear you, my nigga.
Understood.
Love.
Understood. That was a good one. That was a good one.
That's funny.
Oh, you trying to eat
Dapping shit.
cereal?
All right, son.
Nigga.
Oh, you say you hungry? Yeah, I've been there.
Why you let us that with
In the
me?
kitchen.
Word.
Look in the refrigerator, my nigga.
Nigga, dumb hungry. Nigga said, yeah, man, I've been there.
Nigga, open the fridge and that hair comes out.
But it's they special handshake.
You good?
Love. Take your ass to bed. Sleep on it.
Dream
Yo, that's
about
mad
food.
funny. This nigga's ignorant,
food.
man.
Mad
This nigga's ignorant, son.
To my
Maybe you
point,
joke too.
to my point, yeah, y'all fueled that shit up. That was fire. To my point, there's a certain level of most parents treat their kids like property. They don't
Yeah.
treat them like people.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of that gray area shit comes into play. The parents who don't want their kids to feel hurt or be hurt or fall to the circumstances of living a life yeah, you gonna fuck your kid up because you're not giving them the whole point of the shit. You don't even say no. They ask you for shit. They don't do shit. They don't have chores. They don't have responsibilities. There's nothing that you holding them accountable to. Them niggas is going to be those niggas that's like, fuck you, dad. I'm playing my game. Suck my dick. Fight me.
Whoa.
That's whoa.
But
So you're
it
saying
be
spoiled
kids like
children?
that.
Is that what y'all trying to say? Spoiled
No, but I'm
children?
not talking
That's
about
existed
spoiled.
forever.
No,
'Cause
kids
you
that
can make-
don't have no
not what I
consequences to
meant.
their
Nah.
actions.
I'm not talking about
That is the
spoiling kids.
difference.
I feel like those are two different topics.
Well, hold on.
That is the
different.
difference.
That's different than what I
when
meant.
your kids don't have a way to accept the responsibility for the consequences,
Yeah.
that's where you fuck them up.
I don't think it's responsibility. I think it's
Yes.
sheltering them to
No.
a degree
Yes,
and taking
it-
away a degree
it
of
is
like
that.
encouraging entitlement.
But you encourage the entitlement by not holding them niggas accountable.
I can see that.
You get me? So it's like if I'm asking you, if I'm telling you to do something and you don't do that, and then you turn around and ask me for some shit and I give it to you, I'm fueling the flame of you being a fucking asshole.
I don't agree with that all the way. though.
Yes, my nigga, I said no. Then you
But
turn
y'all also
around,
tell
you
me don't beat
ask
your
me
kids.
something,
Yes.
and I say yeah.
do say that.
I'm giving you the
And I
environment.
stand on that. Don't beat your kids, Amar.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't with my kids.
I don't.
And they are
I've,
very
I've
disciplined.
never hit my
Oh
kids.
no, I'm confused.
He said, I'm
I've
confused.
never hit my kids, and they're great. My kids, I've never had a problem with my kids.
All right, so what I'm saying is, my nigga, y'all fuck me up with that though. Pause.
Yeah, but if you
So,
gotta give that
by
nigga more than a
removing-
handshake, though, my nigga.
Removing the struggle,
I do.
right? We're like creating this imaginary force field, and there's no way to really apply the struggle because it's not there. We removed that.
Facts.
We've afforded them this crazy life, nice lifestyle, but it's not real. This doesn't exist without your work ethic.
Yeah.
This doesn't work. This doesn't exist.
Yeah.
When I stop fueling this and funding this, then what? You have to kind of find, like, there's no struggle, right? So they never learn determination and motivation on their own.
Yeah, you make sure that they are bored.
Huh?
You make sure that they are bored. There has to be a certain level of boredom for you to tap into.
Can I ask y'all this? Does
that
anybody
level of
give their
creativity.
children chores?
What
Yes.
does creativity have to do with that?
everything? Without that
I'm
shit,
not speaking about my own children. What I'm speaking about is, nigga, I'm involved, right? So I
course.
see my kids in whatever shit they're in.
Of course.
And I see the difference.
And you're
of
guiding-
entitlement
you're
and all of that
guiding
other
them.
shit, right?
You're
so I
guiding
see,
them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I see the difference. Like, so a kid doesn't appreciate. There's no way to make a kid see what we went through. Niggas don't
At
look
all.
like what happened.
Yes.
Right?
It's a fact.
You just deal with what's in
It's a
today.
fact.
So
They
you
can't even
change
fathom
anyone's
that shit.
Perspective, word.
It's a fact.
So you can only see it from your point of view. However, they never learned struggle.
Yeah.
So they can't appreciate the value of a dollar or shit like that. Not
Yes.
just money. I'm saying, period. You can apply this to every facet of a kid's life.
Yeah.
So a lot of what you're saying kind of applies, but that's different. I'm not saying about the spoiled kids or the entitled kids. What I'm saying is, like, remember when we was discussing Bud Crawford?
Yeah.
The reason that he grew up to be a champ is because he had something that fueled him. I want this lady to say I love you. And it's just never gonna happen. He's 33 or 36 or whatever. She said she still ain't say it.
So
That's crazy.
We can't we don't get world champions by overloving. You just don't.
right.
Yo,
So
case in point, Joe Jackson.
You don't get a world champion, maybe successful to an extent, like they have a job and they're not on drugs and shit like that, but you don't get the CEO.
yeah, but I don't know because I think that there are people that have been loved that are the CEO that have won championships and
too.
stuff like that. I think what we're missing here
Most
is
of them are white and probably like ended up.
whatever.
in the- yeah.
That's fine.
not true, man.
Whatever you wanna use.
Mad true.
Not true,
right?
my nigga.
But I think what we're missing here, because you're saying they don't have the drive and they don't have this other stuff and dedication, is passion.
Yeah.
When you find something that you're passionate about, that's when the drive and the dedication
I don't
and it
agree.
comes. And you said the value of a dollar. The value of a dollar is different for everybody, even in this room.
Of course,
The value,
yeah.
right? The value of a dollar is different to you today than it was 15 years ago.
Of course, of course.
Right? So it's not that the value comes when it's the passion.
Nah, I don't.
No.
Definitely. When you
I
get
entirely-
passion, you get dedication to something
But-
and you
I
drive.
entirely disagree.
but-
No, that's
Because it's mad shit I'm
No,
not passionate
Reg,
about,
no,
but I have
Let
a
me
drive
ask
to
you
do
something,
it.
though.
Well,
You think
because-
that- no, but let
because it's whatever
You-
your ultimate passion
but
is
you-
to not be what you used to be. Or
But
go back.
Darnell, you're coming
That's what
from
it
a
is.
point
Not a
where
fact.
passion was
How
an
you gonna tell
option
me?
for you.
Huh?
How you gonna tell me?
do you
Mad
mean?
shit I'm not passionate about. I just have drive and determination. I don't ever want to do alcohol or drugs.
Right, so
I'm
what's
not
your-
passionate about it. I just don't.
What's your
I don't
dr-
even think about it.
What's the drive and determination to do the things you do? It could be your kids. It could be a ton.
But
tons
A
of
lot of
different-
people's drive is money. Like you might have
And
grown
that's
up in
fine.
a space where, like, some people are I don't want to say it's lucky enough or blessed enough to be in a space where
It's funny
passion
'cause
could
I'm sure
factor
me and you
in.
grew up pretty close to the same, Rich.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like some of my first business startup money I got from my dad,
Okay,
so
so
I'm not
there
gonna
you
lie
go.
to you.
No, but Reg, can I ask you a question? Though?
You squandered all that shit.
You think that there's a difference in the amount of love that you have for your kids versus your parents had for you?
No,
So
but
what's the
there's
difference? So it's not too much
I was
love.
gonna explain it to you, like
But it was kind of
when
like
you asked me a
rhetorical.
question. I'm gonna get
was
to the
kinda like
answer,
rhetorical.
right?
I was getting you.
So
I was trying.
yeah, no, you're good. So
So it's not love.
it is love.
No, it's not.
Can
It
I?
might-
love.
Can
it
might be-
I? Can I finish?
You see what I'm saying?
You
You
Yeah,
might be
finish
doing
the answer.
something with the name,
Yeah.
right? It might not be
not
as
love.
simple
Word
as
is wrong.
love.
It's not love.
It's
It might not be as simple as love.
Yeah, you may be
'Cause even-
sheltering your kids
Shelter.
too much.
All right.
That's
That's
not
probably
love.
what you
Okay.
should be saying.
That's a facet of
exactly
it.
what
love
it
your
is.
kids as much as you would.
Well, love takes
There's a facet of it that's just sheltering.
Love
but it's
takes
not as simple
different
as
forms.
sheltering. It's not as simple as sheltering.
that's why I
because
said love.
he had mad value to what he said when he said about just over freedom, just too much, right?
So-
But he had that.
But yeah, but that's
He had
just
that.
one
But
facet of it.
that doesn't
He
take
had that.
away. That
And
doesn't take away how my
He
parents
said he
felt
had
about
that.
me.
And the amount of, exactly, and
Yeah.
the amount of love he had, it was not shown any different, but they had to go to work,
Yeah.
right?
Access.
And it's unacceptable nowadays for your kid to be 8 and left alone. Back in the day, when you was 8, you was raising your siblings. You
That's
was
true.
dolo cooking,
That's
cleaning,
true.
all that. These kids don't know how to put the popcorn in the microwave.
Nah, see, but that shit, it's different in my house because the way my mother taught me and my brothers,
But through
being
experience.
responsible.
But through experience.
and I've recreated that in my own house.
Yeah.
As far as
But I
like
started this by saying it's not our kids.
understood.
I'm speaking about kids.
Yeah.
Not ours.
It's my kids a little bit. I'm not gonna
I
lie
was
to you.
listening to a podcast this week, and I was trying to find a clip, and I'm so upset that I couldn't. If I can, I'll bring it next pod. But what the gentleman was saying is he feels like our children aren't being told, aren't being given enough direction. He said Michael Jackson became Michael Jackson because from 5, 6, his father said, "You're gonna be this great singer."
That's it.
He said Tiger Woods is the greatest golfer in the world because from 5 or 6, his father said, "You're gonna play golf,"
I
and
think
he
that's a
gave
factor, yeah.
multiple examples of children who are extremely successful because their parents told them, "You gonna work on this.
Zero options. This is what it is.
This is what you're gonna do."
What you thought? Tell me what you thought. What you thinking? What you thought? What you thought? What you thought? Tell me what you thought. What you thinking? What you thought?